to another episode of I Am Verbal Podcast. I think it's safe to say we're growing, thriving, and evolving. I was pondering today and reflecting as I went back and forth about recording. Um, if today was the right time, and oftentimes I do that, but while this is motivational, this is real life. And I hope that everybody that gets a chance to view or listen to an episode feels that. Like, I feel like we're all on our journey for a reason, and sometimes we just whip upon somebody else, and it's like, dang, I think I've said that before. All that and this, all that, and we still met. The acoustics in this corner is driving me crazy. So if I'm looking kind of crazy, that's probably what it is. I've never recorded here before, but I might like it. I don't know if I have a home base yet. I think I just do what feels right in the moment. It's flow, not forced. But last couple of days, so yesterday I posted, well, actually today, all of this actually transpired today, but I think this has been like the growth of this week. Like, the week have been like pretty tough for me in a sense of work and career and figuring out what it is that I want, standing up for myself, those type things. But also in the process of doing that, I'm pausing to say, wait, this is me and I am doing this. Or I've grown into this, or how did I become this? And all of it makes sense. All of it feels right. Everything feels aligned. So I know that it is time. But in all of that, like last night, early morning today, I got to a place of, I'm so grateful. Like, and I took a picture of myself and I started writing things like, I'm so proud of you, like, this is your dream life, like all of the things. And I remember doing that before, and when I did it before, I went back and looked at my phone, it was 2023. Would have never thought that it was that long. I keep it on my iPad screensaver. And in that moment, it was more, I am abundant, I am worthy, I am breaking generational curses, like all of the things. And I felt like in that moment of my life, I was going through naming things to remove boundaries or blocks or whatever it is that I felt that I needed to call in to understand that I was worthy of those things, that I am was so profound in those. And then last night as I was going, I was saying you, still one and the same entity, but different process in place. And what was so profound about it is when I was writing it, like after I read it again, I was like, yeah, this goes for you too. And I would say this is the same thing for you. And that was it. That was all. It was never supposed to be anything other than that. Um, Although there is a message that I've written down, I don't know when I will record that or whatever, but there is a message that I wrote down about going back. And I just said that I found something from 2023 and whatever that thing. I don't know why this pillow is here, but it's pretty comfortable. So, and if you're listening, that was random, but thank you for being here. But yeah, like going back and seeing things from uh, a rear view type lens, because my dad once told me, like, you ever notice like on the side mirrors of your car it says that objects appear closer than they are. And that's life. Like, it appears closer than it actually is, from the past looking to the present, and even more so from the present looking to the future. We just can't see that. But from that picture and that moment and that reflection, I realized something so profound, that we rarely speak about going from different stages of life. Like we call out from going to an adolescent to a preteen to a teen to a young adult. And then I feel like at this young adult stage, and I could even look at this in a different way now because my son, I feel like, is a young adult. Like he's 18, he'll turn 19 this year. So he's in that young adult stage, even though he'll probably want to hold on to teen a little bit longer now if he's honest with himself. But it's like you're in that young adult phase. But once you get outside of that, it's like, what does that look like? And not from a perspective of what should life look like, what is the blueprint, what is the journey, what is the goals, none of that. More so in the place of how did I get here? And I don't think we stop in adulthood to ponder, to pause, even to be grateful for the ebbs and flows through it all. I feel like, and the thing that stuck out the most to me was as I'm going through and I'm planning and I'm living and I'm making these lists and I'm so grateful. I'm like, who's that girl? Like, who's this girl? And Eve made a song, who's that girl? La, 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 la. And at that moment, that felt like she knew who she was. And I always be like, okay, who am I? Like, who's this girl? And I realized that in saying that, although cliche, I'm no longer that girl. I'm this woman. And this woman is bodying and possessing and moving in the ways that that girl once couldn't. But I appreciate that girl so much. And I'm so grateful for all that she was to get us to womanhood or manhood, because I don't want to make this gender specific. But at the same time, I feel like I'm a woman, so I can only speak from a woman's perspective, but I hope that it resonates or relates in some type of way. But even for a kid, I'll use my son as an example. He's going through this. When that transition comes of, hey, I'm not a young adult anymore, but I'm actually in manhood. Sometimes we celebrate milestone markers, whether it is graduations, weddings, babies, college graduations, like all of the milestones in life, we put this thing on like this is a benchmark to get from here to here to here to here. But when we're moving from a baby into a toddler, that's expected, right? Or when we're moving from a preteen to a teenager, that's expected. These type things normally go by age. They normally go by number. They normally go in chronological order for what it is. But once you get to a certain point, nobody has came to say like it no longer is black and white. In the way, not that you're gonna get older chronologically, yes. But the number that you are does not equate to the being that you are. It doesn't equate to the wisdom that you possess or the wherewithal that you obtain or have or the experiences. Like you can meet somebody that is 20 years old that has more wisdom and maturity as a 50-year-old, if not more. And most older people would say they don't know nothing. I learn so much from kids all the time, like especially younger kids, because they are unfiltered. They don't have things that is shaping them and molding them, or things that they have grown accustomed to, or roles they have to fit in, or silos that they have to lead, or it's all of these things that comes with it. And I don't think that sometimes when we go through life we appreciate the journey for what it is and not from like what is already told to be, but when you stop and you pause and you say, okay, I've got from here to here. And that could be as small as, let me think of something really good that's super minute. That could be waking up today and praying. And you said 2 months ago that that's something that you wanted to do. I often say a lot of times your daily micro habits, like really, really small habits, create your life. When things get out of hand, it's not because it just started. It's not because like, oh, like I just started doing X, Y, and Z, and then oh my God, my whole life is blown up. No, it's micro habits. It's every day or every week or every month, and it's like the same is in reverse. And when we're moving through life and we're getting better and we're going and we're facing obstacles similar to last week for me at work, or we're getting things done and we're checking boxes and our household is intact or our bills are paid, or we're ebbing and flowing through a problem that we didn't even know that we needed to face, or a parent could get sick and you have to step up and take care of them, or a sibling needs your help in a thing that they never even thought that they would expect, or a child or anything. We mitigate those moments. We say like, yeah, God got us and he'll get us through this moment. Like, it's something that everybody keeps saying right now. God won't put more on you than you can bear. True. True. But who's to say anything after you bared what God knew you could handle? Do we ever pause to say, I did that? It was me that moved past that stipulation. It was me that loved deep enough to try again. It was me that said, no, I'm going to stick up for myself today. It was me that said, I'm going to pour into this person today because they mean a lot to me. It was me that said, I'm going to put my pride to the side because it's not worth it. Those things we don't pause and think. And I think as life goes on, and especially as age increase, sometimes age means wisdom, and that's a lie, and that's a myth, and that is so far from the truth that I have been seeing in all places in my life. And because I am able to broaden my perspective, and this also took daily practice, I'm able to see it differently. And I want you to be able to see womanhood differently. Like, it's not an age, it's awareness, it's responsibility, it's softness with strength, it's choosing yourself, it's learning, grieving, healing, and still creating joy all at the same time. You don't know how it's going to come, you don't know when it's going to come, but when it comes, you're the person that's getting you through that. Obviously with God help. And I don't know that we have to say that, because if we're not, then what are we doing for real? But it's some that doesn't, and that's okay too. But you're moving in that way, and God is obviously helping you, but you're that person. And sometimes I just feel like we move through life blindly because no one taught us to name our growth. Nobody said stop to understand that you just got through the hardest part of your life up until this moment. And you did it with grace. You did it with poise. You did it better than you would have did it a year ago. You did it better than you would have did it 4 years ago. You did it better than you would have did it 10 years ago. And how did that happen? That's not by mistake. It's obviously by design. But something had to muster up in you to say, hey, I want to do this. Because let's be honest, we could all quit. It's the easiest thing we could do. You want out? Say you want out. And not death. Like, I'm not saying that. So God, please don't let that come across like that. But like, we don't have to do anything. Everything is a choice. We have free will. Nobody is making us stay. Nobody is making us go. Nobody is making us want this. Nobody. It's up to us to do that but we have never been taught to name the growth from one season to the next, the growth from spring, winter, summer, and fall. Because as the seasons go, so do you. You shed, you hibernate, you bloom, you shine. It's all the things that you are doing, but we don't pause to say that. It's like, oh, that season was hard. We're quick to name that. But we have to get better about naming our seasons of growth, and even in the messy middle when things doesn't seem like we are growing in that perspective, we are doing that. And for that, I'm super proud of you. But yeah, like, I just want to make sure that I got everything out of my thought process, because I did ponder writing this. So yeah, we celebrate childhood stages, but we definitely rarely discuss the journey into womanhood and manhood. Adulthood is more than an age; it's inner growth. We spoke about that. Many people move through adulthood without recognizing their own growth. We spoke about that. And quiet milestones deserve celebration too. Yes, 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 yes. The I cried in the bathroom yesterday, but I could smile and get up this morning and say I'm gonna do it again. That deserves celebration. Just like when you graduate, or just like when you get engaged, or just like when you get married, or just like when you get that promotion, or just like when you passed the test, or just like when you have elevated in a career, or you reached a goal, your money got where it needs to be, um, your life is now finally in place. Like, and I don't even think we really celebrate that, because we're so busy trying to go and chase the next part of the life, that even the growth from this stage to the next, we miss all of that. We live it and we go through it and we breathe it, because you can't skip that, because every day comes as what it's supposed to, and it's a teacher and a lesson and a blessing and all the things in one. But we move past that so far because we're so trying to get to this destination, and not being present makes us miss the things that's supposed to be coming. But all of the small things deserve celebrations too, and I'm super horrible about that. Like, it's like little things, like even me sitting here saying that I'm going to record tonight, knowing like, okay, you're pushing yourself because you haven't did it last week and you said that you were, or the week before that and you said that you were. And then it's like, okay, but you also told yourself you were going to flow, not force it. And then it's like, okay, but you do have a goal for this, don't you? And this is what you want. And I was going to brush past this moment, but I'm going to say now to myself that I'm super proud of you, Jessica, because you did make this commitment. And regardless of what that is, or what moment you are in your life right now, you're worthy to celebrate even in the present of a difficult time. I don't know why that came like that, but you're willing to celebrate right now for what has happened, what is happening, and what's to come. And not that it has to be horrible, not that it has to be beautiful, not have to be mystical or whimsy or anything. Just the fact that it matter that you are a human being and you choose you. You chose to show up for yourself. You chose to listen to this. You chose to watch this. You chose that. That's you saying, hey, let me be curious about whatever this is, because maybe I can learn from this, or I just want to hear how crazy this girl sound, and maybe something clicked to say, yeah, I do need to celebrate myself more, because you do. You do. You clicked on this, and it's because you need to do that more. And I'm pretty sure, like, I will be remiss, like, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Sue me, oh well. This is my assumption. And yeah, I know what assumptions are. But I don't see a lot of people just celebrating the small, minute things. And it's so funny because the way that we treat ourselves is ultimately the way that other people treat us. And I'm going to let that line breathe. Let me make sure. Yeah, naming your growth helps you become on purpose. It allows you to be more intentional about the things that you want. It's intentionality about the things and where you came from, the things that you see, the way that you move, the depth that you give. the depth that you receive, the openness of your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul is all of those things, because naming it gives that purpose. That gives that, oh, this means something to me. And what I would challenge all of us to do, you, me, and everybody else in the world, name more of the good, the hard seasons that got you there, the this, the that, the this and that. It's naming the good more than focusing on the bad. Because once you focus on the bad, then that's what you continue to recycle. That's what you continue to replay, and that's what you will continue to relive. Name the things that didn't feel significant. Oh, I got up today, I showered. I know that's cliche, but somebody was depressed yesterday and didn't feel like getting up. But today you did, and I'm proud of you. Or I didn't spend carelessly from one paycheck to the next. That could sound minor. I do that every paycheck. Carelessly spending. Not spending how I should. But I also have my bills intact. I have an account where my bills go. So I know we always going to be good bill-wise, you know? Like, so it's naming those things and moving in the way with intention to say that, hey, I choose to name this because this have a purpose in my life. And that purpose is a part of your bigger purpose. But we have to start calling out the good. Not just moving past it. Like you moving through manhood or you moving through womanhood is not a big chunk block to say, hey, from this age to this age, this is whatever. And I think the little surveys and stuff like that on applications and all these things, the demographic surveys, is like, okay, check this box, you're this. You, like, we're boxed in. You're this gen, you're that gen, you're this era, you're that. And it's like, your life still has those errors, those gens, those, all of the things that we label, those boxes that we put everybody in as a whole. Break those out over your life and see how you start fitting in these categories subconsciously, not even realizing that you're naming and claiming the things that you probably don't want. So I think that's it. When you acknowledge who you are evolving into, you move with more confidence, clarity, and pride instead of living on autopilot. Yeah. When you acknowledge who you are evolving into, and that's daily, you move with more confidence, more clarity, instead of living on autopilot. You're more prideful about who you are. You move with a sense of knowing. You're confident in your next ventures or your next things. You don't really have to second guess like what you do or how you do it or those type things, because you start naming, you start seeing patterns, you start moving in that way. So I'll leave you with this. And I'm going to say woman in these slots. Actually, I'll do both because this is important to me. I'm proud of the woman who kept going. I'm proud of the woman who learned. I'm proud of the woman who didn't let life harden her. I'm proud of the woman creating joy on purpose. I'm proud of the woman I am still becoming and you are still becoming. I'm also proud of the man who kept going. I'm proud of the man who learned. I'm proud of the man who didn't let life harden him. I'm proud of the man creating joy on purpose. And I'm proud of the man you are still becoming. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm so grateful for you and your existence, your soul, your whole being. Continue to thrive. We're going to continue to journey on together to who knows where this will take us, but we'll be intentional. We'll be vulnerable. will be open, honest, and grateful for it all. Have an amazing day, night, week, month, because all is well. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time.